a good goalie matchup. Talking earlier before the game with Coach Tyler Walsh, he's the second-year coach for North Yarmouth. He mentioned their strength this season is their three different goaltenders. Today, the start going to Chikanowitz. So we'll get the face-off here any moment as we get this matchup underway. Robbie Ferreira getting ready to get things going. He wins that face-off. Gets it up to Peloso. Peloso, Smith, and Ferreira, the first line. A very productive line, as Ferreira has 8 goals. Rushing back down into their own end to gather that one up was Peloso. He's going to get that to Blake McDonald, who will get it up to Ferreira. Ferreira has support with Smith if he wants him. Scrapping up against the boards. Ferreira on a 1-on-4, tried to get the centering pass to Smith, was unable to do so, but Vermont Academy maintains possession. Ferreira behind the goal. Sends it in and around. Got a quick switch of the defense as Gerard, who just came off the bench, able to keep that one in, gets it up to Ferreira, tries to play it off the boards to himself. 16:57 remaining in the first. The Finn, Yone Gias, keeps that one alive for Vermont Academy. As John Condub, now coming off the bench into the frame, unable to get a piece of that one as Gias sends it down and around. Gerard, the French-Canadian, sends it around the board to Moyes, another French-Canadian. Moyes had 2 goals in the last game, 8 on the season. Up to Gerard. Gerard tried to dump it in for Condub. It ends up on the stick of Gias. Deflected, Moyes takes a stab at it. But Chikanowitz going to go ahead and cover that one up and take the whistle, as we'll get player personnel changes across the board for both sides. And now for Vermont Academy is the Connecticut line. Hunter Krasnow, Mason Cipriano, and Stephen Heppensteel, all Connecticut natives, and that one is in. Heppensteel bangs home his second goal of the season. The Wilton, Connecticut junior put that one away. A quick strike, 16:05 remaining in the first. And Heppensteel bangs that one home. Krasnow won the faceoff. So number 13, Heppensteel, with his second goal of the season. That one played by Chikanowitz, unable to get it out. That one fired into the chest by Metsole, the other Finnish player. And we'll get changes across the board. So the Connecticut line, you've got Mason Cipriano from Wolcott, you've got Hunter Krasnow from Guilford, and Stephen Heppensteel from Wilton. All from Connecticut, able to put that one away and give Vermont Academy an early 1-0 lead. Something they were unable to do in their last game. They got down early. This one here, they're up early. We change it midway here. Ferreira now bringing it up. He's got Peloso helping him out. Just missed that one. Got a piece of it. It went off the board. John Peloso tried to put that one away. Ferreira got the pass over there. As that one was meant for Peloso and intercepted. That one banged down. We're going to go ahead and get the high stick. A relatively easy call, as that one was basically in the rafters when he snapped it down. If it was any higher, he'd had to jump for it. Interesting roster breakdown for North Yarmouth. They're out of Maine, and 14 of their players are from Maine, which in itself is not unexpected. Their other 6 players are from Vermont, South Carolina, or Florida, and nowhere else in the country. So a recruiting pipeline in the South. As we have scrapping down in the corner. Transition at center ice here. As Rashofsky brings it up, he's flying in. He's got Moyes with him. Sends it up high. That shot is blocked. He's got to get back the other way. The save by McDonald. He's going to take that cover. Nate Gordon, who was active getting back there to stop the fast break, in on that one. Nate Gordon, last game was, I believe, a healthy scratch. He is playing today. Battling up against the boards. McDonald's going to go ahead and play that one off. He's got to quickly get in position as North Yarmouth was almost able to steal it there. Up to Moyes. Moyes can be lethal. Tried to lay that one off to Rashofsky, the Northridge, California native, who has 6 goals and 8 assists on the season. Condom fired that one in. Condom trying to keep it in, unable to do so as he's pressured by North Yarmouth. Vermont Academy doing a good job so far here of controlling possession, as North Yarmouth has had very few opportunities early in this one. Battling back and forth at neutral ice. Mason Cipriano looking to come away with it, and does so. That one up and off the boards as Heppensteel was in support. He has the first and only goal of the game so far, as we've got 13 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Live from Vermont Academy. Krasnow wins that face-off. Cipriano battling for it behind the net. Cipriano keeping the pressure up, doing a nice job of creating that turnover. That one centered, fired but blocked by the defender. Sent up and out, and now Crane went rushing after it and is then called off as he heads back to the bench for a line shift change. No ice here. So Peloso tries to chase it down. The defender loses a stick, picks it back up as he's got 97. Farrell ahead of the pack. Farrell unable to finish on that one. Smith battling it out, trying to get it over to Ferreira. Up against the boards. The hit laid on by Yone Gias, the Finn. 12-14 and ticking. Vermont Academy continues to control possession here for the most part, as North Yarmouth now trying to get a break going, unable to do so again. Peloso up against the boards, looking back maybe for a trip call, didn't get one. The quick hit on Sanders. Metsole brings it up. Over to Moyes. Moyes working behind the net. He's got Condub in support if he wants him. Sends it up high, dumped in by Blake McDonald. So we've got Blake and Brandon both playing in this game. The seniors from California. The centering pass to Condub just broken up as nearly a golden opportunity. Brent Rickett, team captain for Yarborough, working down the other end, but he had no supporting cast as he was down there on his own. Moyes, nice touch pass over to Condub. Condub sends that one in. Moyes has got a stick on it. Sends it to Condub, fires it, save. Chikanowicz. Condub doing a nice job getting it over to Moyes, back to Condub, fired it on target. Chikanowicz, the junior from Reston, Virginia, able to come up with that save as we've got 10:58 remaining in the first. 1-0 advantage for Vermont Academy. Face off taken. Cipriano looks to send that one in just wide. Up against the boards. Quirk and Cipriano in the corner, battling it out with Murray. Gets it in on the goalie. That one off the helmet or shoulder of Hemingway. Snagged down by the defense, sends it behind his own net. As Vermont Academy looks to set something up and get this one moving forward. Brennan Flatt was the one pressuring for North Yarmouth. Fired deep by Baker. That one was around and behind the net. Stoppage in play with just 2 ticks under 10 here in the first. 1-0 advantage, Vermont Academy. Get this one back underway. Flatt and Ferreira taking the face off. Flatt controlled that one forward, but to a Vermont Academy player. As Robbie Ferreira brings it up and gets it over to Smith. Smith and Peloso now working. Sends that one high. Comes back around the center. North Yarmouth got to get that one out of there quicker than they did. No harm, no foul. Flatt looked like he was going to chase it. Instead, over to the bench, and on comes Farrell in his place. Fired straight into the pads by Peloso, the Vermont native, and the save by Chikanowicz. 9:16 remaining in the first. North Yarmouth, a team that struggled a bit at 2-10-1, and they're struggling early on here. It's only 1-0, so both teams right in this, but Vermont Academy holding a clear advantage in terms of shots on goal and time of possession. Moyes gets a little stick on it. Rudolph brings it up, trying to take it in himself. Doesn't trouble McDonald with that one. Sends it up along the boards. It looks like Conda tries to send it over to Moyes. Put it on his back shoulder. Unable to get a piece of it. We got the whistle. We'll go back down the other end. Face off in the defensive zone of Vermont Academy. Looks like Rickett will take this face off. The team captain for NYA, as they're called. Yarmouth looking for some kind of offense here. May be able to get something going here on the turnover, as Rickett was looking for Rudolph. That one was tipped, and McDonald smart to get the glove on it and take the whistle. With 8.5 remaining in the first. Murray with the face-off for Yarmouth. Trying to get it in on goal, unable to do so. There's Blake McDonald scrapping in the corner. Along with Heppensteel. Cipriano tried to take that one away, unable to do so. Flatt sends it ahead. That one's going to be played by McDonald over to McDonald. As Brandon McDonald will go ahead and take the whistle. North Yarmouth looking a little more aggressive on these last two possessions. Able to stay down in the defensive zone of Vermont Academy. Robbie Ferrero looks like he'll take this next face off. Personnel a little late coming on to the ice for Yarmouth. as we get this one back underway. That face-off won by Vermont Academy in a key spot as Ferreira looks to start to move things forward. He's got Peloso in the middle if he wants it. That pass intercepted. Couldn't quite connect. And Choukas will take the whistle on that one. Smith was looking for Peloso, had the right idea, and was just unable to get that one through. North Yarmouth uses a lot of players in their rotation. Talking to the coaches earlier, they dress just about everyone and use just about everyone on their squad, with the exception of the backup goalies. Other than that, guys rotating in and out on a constant basis. And I suppose when you're 2-10-1, a little experimentation is probably in order. Vermont Academy certainly can't take these guys lightly. Ferreira sends it up into the corner. As Dranfield was in pursuit of that one. We've got a whistle here. We're going to get the face-off down in the offside circle. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the first. Still 1-0 advantage. The early goal from Heppensteel, the difference maker so far. Kondub wins that face-off. Back to Metsole, who dumped it in. Rashovsky in pursuit. That one still bouncing around. Kondub with the rebound, sends it just wide. Moyes keeps that one alive, up to Rashovsky. Rashovsky looking for Kondub or Moyes. Sends it up high to Quirk. Quirk, the big defenseman, dumps that one back in as Kondub continues to pressure behind the net. Metsole keeps that one alive. Again, keeps that one alive. Tries to send it into Kondub, didn't have enough on it, got it the second time. Moyes in the corner, takes the big hit, but hangs on to it. Moyes using that big body to keep it up against the boards. Quirk dumps it off to Kondub. Kondub sends it up high to Metsole. The Finn swings and misses on that one. Coach yelling, shoot, as Quirk sends that one in. And the cover taken by Choukas. Just over 6 minutes remaining as the Connecticut line checks back in. Cipriano, Krasnow, and Heppensteel. We've seen some different defensive rotations today from Vermont Academy. We're used to seeing Gias and Metsole, the two Finns together. Today we're seeing a lot of Metsole and Quirk, as well as McDonald and Gias. We're also seeing some Gerard in there as well. So a little different defensive rotation. We're seeing some Gordon and Dranfield in the lineup today as well for Vermont Academy. As that's Ogden, another rotational defender. That one shot on goal. Quick save by Choukas. As Blake McDonald keeps it in deep. McDonald's going to fire that one. It goes wide. Cipriano there for the rebound. Puts it into the pads of Choukas. Another nice save by Choukas, who's doing everything he can to keep his team alive in this one. They'll take the icing call. We'll go back down the far side. 5 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the first. Brandon McDonald has been relatively untested so far here. Choukas has had an onslaught from the Vermont Academy offense as we've got Ferreira back in there fighting on this face-off with Murray. That one's going to come down the far end. As we'll get the icing call before Gerard can chase it down. Nate Gordon in on D. along with Gerard. That one fired a little bit high by Peloso. Peloso, Smith, and Ferreira trying to add to the offense here as Ferreira works it behind the net. We're going to get a call here, covered up by Chikanowicz. We're going to get a delayed call here for a looks like a trip or a hook here. Try to see if we can catch who this one is on. We've got the hooking call. Vermont Academy, 4 minutes and 51 seconds left. We're going to get the power play. I believe that might have been Jack Labby, the Cumberland, Maine native. He'll get 2 minutes for hooking. Vermont Academy now with the 1-goal advantage and the 1-man advantage, as they let North Yarmouth clear that one a little easily. Moyes chasing that one down. He's got Rashofsky back there with him. He's also got Condub. Gives it to Condub. Setting up their play. Ferreira comes flying through. Dumps that one off to Condub. Condub thinks better of it. Backs out a little bit. He's got Rashofsky in the middle. Sends it up high. Back to Ferreira. Condub keeps that one in. Puck bounces on him a little bit. Takes control of it up against the boards. Sends it back up high to Peloso. That one fired into the back of the net. And that one's cleared out. Everybody's going to have to reset as Moyes sends it up to Ferreira. Ferreira, tied for the team's leading goals, along with Moyes. That one grabbed on the hand by Rashofsky, kept in by Moyes. Moyes sends it over, fired deep from Peloso, blocked. As Baker brings that one in, gets it on goal. Moyes got dumped in the process and is able to tip that one up. Here comes Peloso. Peloso flying forward. He's got Ferreira in support. Gets it up to Krasnow, who subbed in. And now Nate Smith checks in as well. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. Vermont Academy unable to do anything with it just yet, but they've still got it with 3 minutes remaining in the period in the defensive zone. That one handled. He had a quick shot if he wanted it. Nate Smith handles that one again. The first one, he had a chance for the one-timer, didn't take it, decided to handle the puck. Gave McDonald time, Chikanowicz time to get over there. Heads down the other way. Now North Yarmouth looking to get some offense going here. That one floated in by Sousey, easily covered up by McDonald. 2 minutes, 26 remaining in the first. So we'll get a face-off in the far circle. Farrell going up against Rashofsky on that one. Scrapping for it down in the corner. Rashofsky's going to come away with it. Puts it right on the stick of Condub. He's got Moyes ahead of him. Almost hits him. Nearly had an opportunity at goal too. Moyes gets a piece of that one. Condub stonewall. What a beauty on that one. As Condub fired it, Chikanowicz keeps this one at 1-0 with an amazing save. He has been solid. The break started by Farrell, gets it up ahead, and Rickett unable to finish that move. You can hear the bench groan. Moyes gets it ahead to Condub. Condub going to send that one in. Chikanowicz is going to take the cover on that one. With 1:37 remaining in this first period, still a 1-0 advantage, Vermont Academy. They got the goal early, but have been unable to do anything since, as Chikanowicz has just been absolutely stellar in this first period. Up to Quirk. Quirk sends it in, fired by Peloso. Ferreira gets the rebound. He's got Smith with him. Smith gets a piece of that one, taken away by North Yarmouth. Now looking to look ahead. Coming up from North Yarmouth is Buckner. Buckner fires that one right into the glove of McDonald, who says, "I'll take that one, thank you," and grabs the whistle with 1:14 remaining in the first. We'll get a face-off down in the defensive end. Brennan Flatt, the Charleston, South Carolina native, probably a super huge fan of this 5-degree weather. Coming up now is Ferreira. Ferreira trying to split the defenders and take that one in himself. Almost put it on goal. Metsole plays it off the boards, but taken and sent up to Baker. Baker sends it in. McDonald decides to get a little bit of a stick on it, affects that pass. Now coming back the other way. Hit up against the boards is Metsole. He's finished, he can take the hit. Keeps fighting for it. Smith slagging back as we've got two North Yarmouth players fighting for it, trying to get it back out of neutral ice. We're under 30 seconds here in the first. North Yarmouth seeing if they can maybe make one more run at it here. Tries to send it up ahead to Sweat, unable to get there. Chased down by Vermont Academy, unable to handle that one. Sweat in on it, centers it, turns, shoots. Farrell got the shot off, the sophomore from Auburn, Maine, with a nice turn and shoot. But McDonald able to get a piece of that one. Now transitioning back the other way, Cipriano tries to get the last second shot off, unable to do so. So we'll go into the intermission with a 1-0 advantage for Vermont Academy. A lot of action early. Both goalies doing a great job. This one looked like it might open up real quick, but just a 1-0 advantage early on in this one. Just a quick reminder, let you know that today's game is brought to you by Wooter Apparel, the leading provider of fully customizable team uniforms and apparel. You can visit wooterapparel.com for more information. We'll be back live to Saxtons River, Vermont at Vermont Academy to continue the second period momentarily. We'll be back after this.
We're going hot. Here we go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Saxtons River, Vermont, the campus of Vermont Academy, for this matchup between the Vermont Academy Wildcats and the North Yarmouth Academy Panthers. A 1-0 advantage so far for the Wildcats. Our MVP game summary: North Yarmouth has been very physical early on. They've been hitting everybody and anything that moves. There was an early goal that's the difference maker. Heppensteel banged one home about 2 minutes into the game. And last but certainly not least has been the outstanding goalie play by both of these teams. For Vermont Academy, McDonald hasn't been tested near as much as Joe Chikanowicz has for North Yarmouth. But McDonald currently pitching the shutout. Chikanowicz let one in early and has been rock solid since, including an absolute stonewall save against Condub in the first. So we'll be looking to get the second period underway here any moment. As both of these teams fire up, you can probably hear them banging their sticks, beating on the boards, ready to get this one underway. The puck drops. Ferreira and Farrell on that face-off. As North Yarmouth working behind their own goal. Smith sends it up. Blocked. That shot by Peloso was. Rickett, team captain, leads the team with 9 goals. Sends it in. Rudolph in chase. Vermont Academy now taking advantage here. Peloso doesn't quite have the numbers. Tries to bring it in individually and loses that one. Ferreira, centered, fires that one just wide. That one landed right on Ferreira's stick. He was aware and ready for it, got off the quick shot. Peloso working behind the net, sends it up high as Gias fires that one in. Ferreira coming away with it. Coach Tyler Walsh for the Panthers yelling to watch the back door as Peloso was creeping forward. Ferreira still battling behind, up against the boards. Peloso tried to take that one, couldn't get away with it. Now the momentum shifting the other way. Farrell tries to bring it up, he's all by himself. Condom flying ahead. Condom with his eyes set on the goal, fires it into the chest of Chikanowicz. Another solid save on that one. As Condom came flying up, the junior from Monroe has 6 goals and 13 assists on the season. A major contributor so far. He'll take the face-off here. Condom wins it forward. It's taken and sent up and across the boards. There's the other Finn, Metsole, up high. Gives it to Rashofsky. Rashofsky dumps it off to Condom. Condom and Rashofsky trying to get something going. Condom unable to keep it in, as is Metsole. Moyes is going to go ahead and try to chase this one down with Baker pursuing him. Vermont Academy sends it off, up and off the boards. Condom chasing. Moyes gets a piece of it. That one goes back up and over the blue line. And Moyes takes another shot as Baker continues the physical play for NYA. Fired into the chest of Chikanowicz. Lost it for a second, able to jump on it and make sure that that rebound doesn't cause any trouble. Takes the whistle with 15:28 remaining in the second. Hunter Krasnow takes the face off, wins it. Quirk dumps it into the zone. Krasnow, Heppensteel, and Cipriano. Cipriano dumps it in. Behind the net, Cipriano comes up, fires just wide. Mason Cipriano, the Wolcott, Connecticut native, fired that one just a hair wide. Beating and banging behind the net. North Yarmouth comes away with it as that one's kept in by the French-Canadian Gerard. Cipriano pressuring. That puck bounces around quite a bit. Krasnow tries to control it, up to Gerard. Gerard sends it in. Cork on the other side. Battling up against the boards. North Yarmouth's gonna come away with this one as they transition past center ice. Quirk using that big body to get a piece of it. That one fired off the waffle board. An easy save for McDonald. Krasnow battling up against the boards. Fired deep by Hemingway, and it was deflected by Rudolph, but nowhere near the goal. We're going to get a power play here on the slightly delayed call. We'll see what the ref's coming over with here for a second. This is the ref's official second game of the day. He was the official on the women's game earlier. Let's take another look at that penalty here. And there's the hit right there. Kind of put out the hip a little bit. And we're going to get a 2-minute power play here. I believe it is up on the wrong side. There we go. Okay. 1:49 on the power play. 13:49 on the penalty kill, rather, for Vermont Academy. Power play for North Yarmouth. As it's taken down in the zone, fired on. McDonald there, waiting for it. sophomore from Auburn, Maine, on that face-off, unable to control it. And Vermont Academy, trying to kill some time, dumps it down. Peloso in pursuit. Ferreira out there as well. This one sent off the boards. Flying up is Rickett. Rickett's got an opportunity. Goes in on the keeper. That's a save by McDonald. He got the kick pad out there and keeps this one 1-0. Still a minute 15 remaining on the penalty kill for Vermont Academy. That one sent in deep by Saucy. Vermont Academy looks to go ahead and get this one out, and they do so. Handled by Chikanowicz. Everybody for the Panthers back to regroup. Sent up to Rickett. Rickett had an opportunity earlier, it was stuffed. Sends that one in to Sweat, who lost it. Baker sends it around. Strabley up against the boards. 30 seconds and ticking. Rickett sends it in, goal! Rickett, the senior captain, with his 10th goal of the season with 25 seconds remaining on their power play. Let's see if we can get another look on that one on the replay. Takes his time. The goalie was screened a bit, fires that one in. And just like that, a game that was controlled tempo and pace-wise by Vermont Academy up to this point. But on the scoreboard, it is now a tie game, 1-1. Scoreboard showing still not only a 15-second left, we've also got 2 minutes. But there is, in fact, none. Scorekeeper getting rid of that on the board. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey after that goal. Officials taking time to correct that. And they do so. Nathan Smith on that face-off. Kept in by Smith, pops that one up sky high. Bounces behind the goal. North Yarmouth looking to try to get it out of their zone. Robbie Ferreira doing everything he can to pressure and keep it in. Peloso chases it down, gets it ahead to Smith. Smith over to Ferreira. Up high to Blake McDonald, sends that one wide. Ferreira got Metsole. Metsole fires it. Contact made, still bouncing around in front of the net. Peloso loses that one, goes up top to Garrard. Garrard gets the shot through, and North Yarmouth just barely able to tip it out. Garrard chases it down, sends it up, and we're gonna get an offsides here, I believe. Tried to advance just a little too early there on Garrard's pass forward. Second line comes in for Vermont Academy. Moyes, Rashofsky, and Kondub. Kondub handles it, sends it up and around the boards. Moyes chases it down, misses on that one. Carl-Antoine Garrard, the French-Canadian, sends it in. Moyes pressuring up against the boards. As North Yarmouth, Baker trying to get that one out of there, unable to do so, fired, still rolling around. Bounces through the crease. And North Yarmouth gets away with one there as Chikanowicz made the initial save. We got another delayed penalty here. We've got the hooking call on Baker. So we're going to get a 2-minute power play. for Vermont Academy here. Little 5-on-4 action. Yarmouth bringing it up, dumps it in. Flat, still working it over. Flat still has it. Condub takes it away and now looking to transition it the other way. He finds Peloso up ahead, tried to finish. Didn't quite get the shot off. Peloso had an opportunity. He was ahead of the field. Peloso fires that one wide. Now Peloso's got to get back and does so. Nice job. Condub now bringing it forward but doesn't have numbers. Even though they have the power play, got to wait for everybody to get up in the zone. As Rashofsky was coming through the center. Sent high to Peloso. Moyes handles it. Sends it over, watches it for Rashofsky. Unable to put that one home. Moyes slaps it away. Ferreira sends it ahead to Rashofsky. Rashofsky dumps it off to Peloso. Peloso up to Moyes. Moyes getting hit, tries to loft it in, unable to do so with the backhand. And this one's sent down. McDonald helps his team out and sends it back forward as we get some shift changes on both sides. Moyes, with 30 seconds remaining on the power play, fires that one up and around. Vermont Academy controls possession. Quirk sends it over, back up high to Moyes. Moyes with 10 seconds remaining on the power play. Quirk, as they work their zone, tries to center it for Krasnow, unable to get it there. And we are back to even strength as that one's fired for Krasnow, taking the face-off up against Baker. Krasnow wins that one. North Yarmouth comes away with it, and they've now got an opportunity. Baker comes flying down, shoots that one high and wide. It goes up along the boards and absolutely down to the other way. Vermont Academy looks like they've taken a stunner here. They're backpedaling a bit. Krasnow fired that one off the waffle board of Chikanowicz. Buckner lofts that one in. McDonald gets a piece of it.
Way back.
As North Yarmouth continues to play physical, Sweat flicks it up and in. McDonald covers it up and takes the whistle. 6 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the second. A 2-1 advantage for North Yarmouth, who's looking for just their third win of the season in this non-conference matchup between the Panthers and the Wildcats. Face-off controlled by Vermont Academy. Taken in neutral ice and sent back up. McDonald will play that one back to his defender, Gerard. Gerard sends it up to Ferreira, who turns it over. As we continue to have physical play now from both sides, Vermont Academy starting to give it back to North Yarmouth, as North Yarmouth has been more physical the majority of the game. We've already had several penalties, a couple on both sides here. Quirk taking it behind his own net, gets it up to Peloso. Peloso sends it back around to Gerard. Gerard has Smith. Gerard checked by Rudolph and loses that one. North Yarmouth's physicality definitely causing Vermont Academy some problems. As Buckner puts it on the blade of his teammate who comes off the floor, Farrell that was. Offsides shown, everybody's got to get back for the Panthers. Ferreira trying to work it up, loses that one, creates a break the other way. Rickett almost one-on-one with the goalie. He had Yane Gias in trail. Never really got a quality shot off. That puck bounces in front of the net as all the momentum has shifted to the Panthers. Condon controls it. They get it in. Moyes and Condon trying to get something going, turn this one around. Moyes was the spark plug in the last game. McDonald, good awareness for that long one, otherwise wouldn't have gone well. The Finn turns it over, Metsole, almost with an assist on that one, as he put it right on the stick of the opposing team. Four minutes, 25 seconds remaining, 2-1 advantage for North Yarmouth as Murray takes that face off. Murray scrapping right below us here. Sweat sends it in. McDonald with the save. 5 minutes.
I'm hoping not.
What was the issue?
Get the fuck out. Because the speaker's making noise. I'm gonna give you a tap. Recap everything you saw, okay? I don't care. That's the farthest thing from my mind. I'm gonna count. Keep doing your thing.
Okay. Got another penalty. Farrell wins the face-off, but it goes deep. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. 1 minute 52 on the power play for the Panthers. The Panthers look to try to set something up and get it going as Rickett, who has a goal earlier in this game, brings it up. Sends it over to Strabley. Fired from deep. McDonald gets the pad on it. Vermont Academy looking a little bit out of sorts. Peloso trying to clear that one, unable to do so. It hits the back of Gerard. Ferreira now racing down. Going to try to make a great individual effort. Sends that one in on Chikanowicz, who makes the save as Ferreira trying to get his team back in shorthanded. Got a quality shot, but another great save by Chikanowicz, who has really kept North Yarmouth not only in this thing, but now ahead. Just under a minute remaining on the power play. North Yarmouth certainly taking their time as they decide to advance this one forward now. Rudolph working it ahead, sends that one high and wide. Strabley sends it in. McDonald smartly takes the cover. 30 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for Vermont Academy. 2:07 remaining in the second period. So we're back live here at Vermont Academy. Quick save by McDonald. We'll give you a quick recap as soon as we get a stop in the action here. A sequence of events right now. Vermont Academy on the penalty kill. but aggressively trying to get something going. 16 seconds left on the power play for North Yarmouth. As this one's sent down, we've got 1 minute and 47 seconds remaining in the second period. 2-1 advantage for the Panthers of North Yarmouth Academy. That one's sent on goal, and a big hit on flat. That one fired in. Sweat tries to get it ahead. It goes off the skate. More scrapping and physicality here. This has been a physical game from the get-go, but especially here in the second as Condub tries to work it. No, rather that was Metsole looking for Condub, rather. Sweat gets ahead of himself, sends it to Rudolph. Rudolph fires it into the chest of McDonald with the save. So we had a little bit of a power outage issue. Lost communications for a little bit of time there. During that time, a huge power play goal by Reese Farrell, the sophomore from Auburn, Maine. He put it away to give the 2-1 advantage to the North Yarmouth Panthers, who are playing fired up and physical here. They fire that one, nearly get a third. That one bounces off his own player. Still scrambling around in front of the goal. Nathan Smith gathers it up and looks to try to advance it, as North Yarmouth has been the much more aggressive team for the majority of the second period here. Yone Gias sends it forward to Smith. Smith puts it right on the stick of Ferreira, who looks for Peloso. Peloso and Ferreira both behind the goal. He's got Gerard up high if he wants him. And defender loses a stick, picks it back up quickly. We're under 20 seconds to play here in the second period. A big hit by the Finn. And that one is going to get the whistle as the official comes over with the elbow. The Finn, Yone Gias, you could hear that impact there. Official says that's the elbow, and that is the third penalty in this period on Vermont Academy. One of those led to a power play goal by Reese Farrell, which is the difference maker in this one so far. The first goal was from Brent Rickett, the team captain. Just under 10 seconds remaining. That one popped up and out of play. 2-1 advantage for North Yarmouth Academy. And they will take this power play into the third, assuming something doesn't happen here in the last few seconds, as Vermont Academy dumps that one deep into the zone. And that'll wrap up the second period here. So in the second period, it started with a 1-0 advantage for Vermont Academy. They controlled possession throughout the first. North Yarmouth came out in the second, played very physical as they have most of the game, and got a goal from Brent Rickett, his 10th goal of the season. The senior from Portland, Maine, put it away to tie it up. From that point on, a couple of penalties were costly to Vermont Academy, as a power play goal from Reese Farrell, the sophomore, gave North Yarmouth the 2-1 advantage, which is where we stand now as we wrap up the second period. A quick reminder that a lot of today's action is brought to you by Brian Noe of Sage Mark Consulting. Regardless of the amount of the planning you've done, there always comes a time where you need a second opinion from a fee-based advisor. Visit briannoeadvisor.com or 860-298-1967. That's Brian Noe of Sage Mark Consulting. So as we wrap up here the second period from Saxtons River, Vermont, Michael Choukas Ice Arena, on a cold, frigid day, Vermont Academy will start on the penalty kill. 1 minute and 48 remaining on that penalty kill as we go into the third period here. We will be back to live action shortly, back here at the Chouk. Welcome back live to Vermont Academy as we check out our MVP game summary. A lot that was true in the first period is still true through the second as we get ready to start the third. The physical gameplay, particularly by the Panthers, has really made a difference in this one as they've been laying down the hits. But surprisingly, Vermont Academy is the much more penalized team here. We've had 4 penalties against Vermont Academy, leading to a power play goal that was the go-ahead goal for the Panthers. Chikanowicz has been lights out. He gave up an early goal about 2 minutes into the game, and he's been in shutout mode ever since then. One of the key factors of North Yarmouth being ahead in this one. And last but certainly not least is that early goal from Heppensteel, keeping this one within reach for Vermont Academy. Vermont Academy was down 2-0 in their last game, came back for a 3-3 tie. So this 2-1 advantage, certainly not anything that's insurmountable at this point. However, a power play advantage for North Yarmouth to start this period out. Everybody's fired up on both benches, banging the sticks, getting ready to go. As Moyes was taking that face off against Farrell. Farrell had the power play goal in the second. Rickett also had a goal. Here comes Farrell, bringing it up. A lot of momentum and confidence right now for the Panthers as Moyes, who got Vermont Academy going last game, there's another big hit. You can hear it crashing off the boards as NYA continues to be the more physically dominant team. Coach Tyler Walsh for the Panthers encouraging his guys to stay aggressive. As this one brought up by Rickett, he's got a goal, sends it up high for Sousey, who sent it in, caught by McDonald. You could hear the bench of North Yarmouth go, yes! As they thought that one might go in, McDonald said no, kept that one out. Keeps this one at 2-1. With 50 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for Vermont Academy. Rashowski takes that face off. He goes backwards. Now playing up to the point. Another big hit by Sanders. Jasper Sanders absolutely laying in on that one. Fighting up against the boards. But again, even though North Yarmouth has been the more physical team, there's actually been more penalties against Vermont Academy. Still fighting and scrapping in the corner. Finally gets that one out, fired from 88, Buckner. It goes around the boards and out. 12 seconds remaining on the power play. They look to reset. They may just get one more run at it before the time expires and go back to full strength. And here we go. So back to 5-on-5 hockey at the Chouk. 2-1 advantage, Panthers over the Wildcats. Another hit up against the boards. A swing and the miss on that shot for Yarmouth. As Vermont Academy gets something going, that shot was saved. May have even caught a little bit of iron on that one. Back out of the zone. Everybody's got to hustle back and reset as Peloso starts to bring it forward, tries to get that shot off, unable to do so. Still fighting for it behind the net. We'll get a whistle. 15:31 remaining in regulation. We'll get a face-off down in the defensive zone of North Yarmouth. Ferreira on that face-off. Popped it down. McDonald being chased by Sweat. McDonald comes away with it. Sweat now working it around center ice. Ferreira with the steal, but he doesn't have numbers as it's a 3-on-2 advantage for North Yarmouth. Sweat trying to get it ahead to Crane, unable to do so. As the guys try to locate it against the boards, ultimately Robbie Ferreira comes away with it, sends it over to Peloso. Peloso sends it back across. Krasnow out there as well. Vermont Academy unable to complete their passes here, just not looking very crisp at the moment. A lot of the momentum has definitely shifted to the favor of the Panthers. Vermont Academy needs some kind of spark to get something going. Peloso hustling as best he can to try to get back, but we'll get the icing call as a Panther goes flying into the boards. Seems to be up and at him. 14-27 remaining in the third. So far we have goals early on with Heppensteel striking first, then a goal by Rickett, and a power play goal by Farrell to lead us where we are here. Ferreira checks out, and I believe that was Peloso back in. Moyes coming out onto the ice, as is Kondub and Rashofsky. Gias and Gerard now make up the five on the ice. That face-off won by North Yarmouth. Bolduc sends it around behind the net. Gerard pressures. Moyes tries to take it up against the boards. Pops that one into the rafters, and we'll get a whistle. Speaking earlier to Coach Tyler Walsh for the Panthers, he was wearing an orange tie when he realized that was both teams' colors. He said that was his lucky tie, but at 2-10-1, it doesn't feel very lucky. He said they don't win today. He's giving that tie to somebody for Vermont Academy. It's orange, and they can wear it. So let's see if that lucky tie pays off. As they're leading this one 2-1, we're going to get a whistle here with 13:53 remaining in the third.
58 white, minor slash.
Minor slash on Hemingway. That'll give the power play advantage to the Wildcats. A desperately needed 5-on-4 here. A good opportunity to tie this one up at 2 apiece. As Robbie Ferreira lines up for the faceoff, gets it to Kondub. Kondub up to Peloso. Peloso sends it out wide to Moyes. Moyes sends it back into Ferreira. Coach Walsh reminding him, watch the back door. Moyes sends it in. Peloso. Fired by Ferreira. It goes a little bit wide, and that one is off the pegs. Heads up play by Choukas. It came off the peg. Not sure anybody noticed it, so he pushed it off entirely and made sure that there was no debate that the play needed to be whistled, and that was, in fact, off the pegs. Good heads up play by Choukas. Goalie awareness there. The junior from Reston, Virginia, having an outstanding game as it stands so far. Minute 37 remaining on the power play for Vermont Academy. That one fired high and wide. Ferreira retains it off the boards. He's got Rashofsky fading towards the middle if he wants him. Sends it up high to Peloso. Peloso sends it over to Moyes. Moyes fires wide. Back to Peloso. Peloso sends it over to Moyes. Moyes will hold it. Look for his options. Sends it in over to Kondub. Kondub trying to center it. It's not there. Sends it back up high to Peloso. Peloso fakes the shot over to Moyes. Sends it into Rashofsky. Top shelf! Goal! Robbie Ferreira ties this one up.
What?
Robbie Ferreira with the power play goal. A beauty. His 9th of the season. Great puck movement by Vermont Academy. But a great one by Robbie Ferreira. That one off the waffle board of Choukas, who's played solid to try to keep his team in it. But it is now 2-2, and you can feel a little bit of that momentum shift back to Vermont Academy, who's now moving around with a little more pace than they were in the second. Coach Davidson. Top shelf. Quirk. Kevin Quirk puts that one away. And believe it or not, that is his first goal of the season. Let's take another look as we've got our second goal in less than a minute. It goes up top. Kevin Quirk sends it in, fires it from deep. The goal on that one. So Kevin Quirk, the senior, with his first goal of the season. And that gives a 3-2 advantage to Vermont Academy. Give Coach Davidson a ton of credit for not letting his guys get down, making some great adjustments to deal with that physicality that NYA has brought in the first 2 periods. Vermont Academy now using their speed to get that offensive strength going, as we had a goal by Robbie Ferreira. The power play, there's another one! And this one is busted wide open, 4-2 Vermont Academy. John Condub puts it away. As we go back to the replay again, let's take a look at this one. Condub, and that one just looked too easy as Vermont Academy players were celebrating before the shot even left his stick.
They just told me to settle down and worry about the first goal. White just said worry about the first goal.
North Yarmouth trying to get settled down here now as they're starting to get rocked a little bit here on the ropes. It was a 2-1 advantage, and in the blink of an eye, 4-2, Peloso flying down. You can tell Vermont Academy playing with a ton of confidence as they've been able to really take advantage here. Condub, Ferreira, Quirk, and Heppensteel, all with goals. 4 goals by 4 different scorers in this one. And actually, if you count both sides, it's 6 goals by 6 different scorers. Ferreira with the steal up to Peloso. Peloso fires that one, a save by Chikanowicz, who's trying to do his best to get that confidence back and not unravel. Chikanowicz was probably the player of the game for the first 2 periods, and now has 4 goals on his head. Not all of that of his doing, but Vermont Academy's absolutely swarming here in the 3rd period. Ferreira trying to bring it up from center ice, loses his stick. The Finn Metzole content to dump it in as we can get a line shift change. Mason Cipriano with a great effort trying to keep the pressure on as he's waiting for backup from Heppensteel and Krasnow to get out there. Great hustle by the Connecticut native. As we've got a quick whistle on this one. So what a series of events. Vermont Academy was up against the ropes, looked like they were ready to be knocked out, and come storming back. Great adjustments by Vermont Academy. The physicality seemed to really be getting in the head of VA a little bit. And while North Yarmouth has continued to be aggressive and physical, Vermont Academy is definitely playing in a higher gear here. As this one brought up by Heppensteel, he's already got 1 goal. Tried to find Cipriano, just couldn't do it. As Krasnow gathers that one, keeps it in. Cipriano dumped in front of the net. Still scrapping for it, as Larson is giving Cipriano all he can handle there. This one turned back over. North Yarmouth looks to try to be settling back down and get in their zone. And we'll get a whistle here. That one covered up. So it's a 4-2 advantage for Vermont Academy, with goals by Quirk, Condub, Ferreira, and Heppensteel. So far in this one, the 2 goals for North Yarmouth from Farrell and Rickett. But VA looks to try to be in firm control here as we're under 10 minutes to play in regulation. Officials taking a little bit of time to make sure they have whatever sorted out that they want to sort out, and they do. We'll go back to it. Condub will step up for the face-off. VA wins that face-off, but it's still down in their zone. McDonald avoided the hit against the boards, as Rashofsky tries to bring it up, loses the handle on it just a little bit. As Buckner working all by himself there. A little bit of a hook. Looks like they got away with that one. Condub loses control of that one, but they send it behind the net for Blake McDonald. Condub to Rashofsky, over to Moyes. The pass didn't make its way through. Moyes was sitting on that one, but the defender doing a good job of disrupting that connecting pass. It was Joe Stradley on that play again there, as Crane scrapping sends it back to his teammate, who kind of shuffles around a little bit. Peloso sends it up and off the boards. Rashofsky tries to get rid of it, and the hit laid into him. Still in the zone, smart cover by McDonald. As we have 8:17 remaining in the third. Vermont Academy, they may be called the Wildcats, but they came out like a swarm of bees here in the third. North Yarmouth had everything going in their direction, but was just unable to keep that going as we got back-to-back goals in a very short time frame. For VA, who's now working it up again. Peloso's got Cipriano coming up with him, and Ferreira now trailing as well. A little different line at this point, as Cipriano's in there rather than Smith, who's normally out there with Ferreira and Peloso. Cipriano's played well today. A lot of good hustle plays. Quirk, the big defender, also played well today, as the senior had his first goal of the season. Scrapping for it, down in the corner, up against the boards. Connects on the pass to Peloso. Cipriano in the middle. Peloso takes that one, saved by Chikanowicz, who's then able to locate it. As North Yarmouth is trying to get everybody fired up here. You could hear the coach say, great save like that, and nobody gave him any support, no cheering, nothing. 4-2. They sound like they're down and out a little bit here. 7 minutes and change remaining in this one. Krasnow taking the face off. He's got Condub out there with him, and Heppensteel. That one batted out of the air by Nate Gordon. Gordon, physical up against the boards, sent back in by Heppensteel. He's got a goal today as well. Now going the other way. Baker with an opportunity. Couldn't get all that one. Covered up by McDonald, and Baker does a good job putting the brakes on there. Maybe kicks up a little bit in the face of McDonald. VA takes a little bit of exception to that. We'll get right back to it as McDonald gets a face full of ice, which is maybe one step better than being completely crashed into. That's up for debate. Everybody getting settled down here as the officials get back to it. Flat taking this face off up against Rashofsky. Rashofsky and Flat look like they'll take another face off, as this one was covered up quick by McDonald. 6:52 remaining, 4-2 advantage for the Wildcats here at the Chouk. Face off won by the Wildcats. Sends it up and around the boards. Condub has got to chase that one. Up high. Metsole working back. Ends up coming away with it. Metsole looking to try to get the break going. Dumps it in. Rashofsky chases. Condub in support. Moyes is also out there. That one fired. Goal! Rashofsky puts that one away. You can see Vermont Academy really changing up their strategy. All this physicality. Half of these hits now going into the boards instead of the players. Let's take another look at this one here as we cue this up. Rashofsky up against the board. The hit misses. taking the defender out of the play. He decides he's going to take it in himself and rattles it home. A nice shot by 15 Rashofsky. His 7th goal of the season, 5th different scorer for Vermont Academy, as we are now at a 5-2 advantage, a commanding lead for the Wildcats, as that one's dumped in by North Yarmouth. The turnover, Robbie Ferreira flying. It's a 1-on-3, now it's 3-on-2. Fires that one in, and Chikanowicz, who was untouchable for about a period and a half there. He let one in early and then was absolutely rock solid in the second, taking his lumps here in the third. He'll go ahead and cover this one up, so we'll get another quick face-off. 6:02 remaining. 5 different scorers for Vermont Academy. As if it wasn't hard enough to pick your players of the game sometimes, they go and score with 5 different guys. Vermont Academy still controls possession. Cipriano fires that one, a good shot. The screen left at the last second. The shot got through, and it was covered up by Chikanowicz. So North Yarmouth, whose strength early on was the physicality. They were beating and banging and really controlling things. Coach just said, step up the physicality, let's go white, get on it. Let's see if that message is received in this 5-2 matchup now, which again, can't reiterate enough, it was a 2-1 advantage for a Vermont Academy team that looked like they were fading when they were down 2-1 and is now 5-2. Quick cover by Chikanowicz. We'll take a moment here to get personnel changes on both sides, as 5 will come off and 5 will come on for each. Owen Dranfield, a reserve player, checking on, number 7. Quirk catches up with that one. Hunter Krasnow, the center on this line, with Heppensteel in support. Heppensteel, as I've mentioned several times, has a goal earlier in this matchup. That was his 2nd of the season. So we get a face-off. Number 10, that's Finn Murray, the Yarmouth, Maine native, playing for his hometown school. That one flicked up and into the rafters. We've got a souvenir. 5:07 remaining in regulation. The last game, I kept saying remaining in regulation, and we went to overtime. This one, I'm getting more and more confident as we continue that we will not see an overtime period here, but you never know. Face off down in the defensive zone of the Panthers. That one taken by Hunter Krasnow. Dranfield in pursuit, lays on a little bit of a hit. Kevin Quirk does a nice job of keeping that one in. Tries to get it ahead to Dranfield. Dranfield around the back, sends it behind the net. Nobody was there to get it. Krasnow pursued. Dranfield with the miss there. Quirk unable to get to it. Heppensteel tried to keep it in, wasn't able to. Now brought up by Blake McDonald. The defender sends that one wide. Moyes now checks on. Moyes in the center with the forecheck. As they battle right below us, that one goes up and through the uprights of the rafters, stays in play. He probably couldn't do that again if he tried. It went right up and through the about 1 foot gap in the rafters and landed right back down. And Chikanowicz covers that one up and takes the whistle. 4.5 remaining. We've got the delayed offside, so we're going to pull this one out. It will not be deep in the zone. As Rashofsky takes that face-off up against Baker. That one tried to send back to Rashofsky, and Gerard just missed him. Nate Gordon has that one get away, and in chase is Baker. as we get the whistle. So everybody was racing down for it. It ended up not being necessary as it made it past that red line, and we get the icing call with just a hair over 4 minutes remaining in this game. 5-2 advantage for Vermont Academy. Rashofsky continues to take the face off. Gordon up at the top of the point there. Rashofsky and Moyes battling up against the boards. Sends it over to Condub. Condub takes his time, shoots that one up and off the boards. Gordon fires that one off the skate of a defender. Condub now controls up to Rashofsky, back to Condub. Condub sends it up high to Gordon, fires it off the shoulder of Baker. And we'll get another stoppage in play in this one. 3:32 remaining. 5-2 advantage for Vermont Academy. North Yarmouth trying to get something going here. As it was brought up by Rudolph, who's in on that play behind the net. Rudolph continues to battle, and Farrell, who has one of the power play goals for the Panthers, little bit of a swing and a miss there on what likely would have been a high stick if he had got it. Mason Cipriano gathering up, was looking for Peloso. Ogden over to the Finn Metsole, back to Ogden. Ogden misses that one. It got through. That could have been a crucial turnover. Nice job gathering it back up was Ferreira. Up ahead to Peloso, who fires that one just a bit high. Gias chases that one down. No need to, as we get the icing call. So with 2:20 remaining in the third, a 5-2 advantage. We're going to get a timeout here, as I think Coach Tyler Walsh may be ready to cut that lucky tie off, maybe burn it. It has not been lucky today. It was lucky for about a period and a half. And then everything unraveled, everything going Vermont Academy's way as they stepped it up and were able to bang home goal after goal after goal here late in this one. So we've got 2:20 remaining here at the Michael Choukas Ice Arena. Ice Arena is an apt name today, as it's about 7 degrees outside and about, I'd say 15 degrees inside here maybe, but there's no wind chill, so that's a huge plus. All these Vermont, Maine, Connecticut, Massachusetts guys used to this kind of weather, good old New England weather. As Vermont Academy comes back out and looks ready to go. Quick pep talk for the Panthers to try to get things going. Captain Brent Rickett trying to fire the guys up. Make sure they finish these last 2.5 minutes strong. Even if you're not going to win this one, you want to make sure you're putting forward that best effort as we get a quick whistle here. There is some good news for North Yarmouth. As I was back talking to the coaches before the game started, there were something like 6 or 8 pizzas ordered from a local establishment here to be delivered to their bus when the game was over. So if you're losing, at least you're getting pizza. And if pizza doesn't make your day a little brighter, then nothing will. As North Yarmouth sees if they can climb back into this one and maybe sneak in a late goal against McDonald who's been pretty solid. The whistle as McDonald covers that one up.
Don't write down the free throw. I'm not doing that this time. If you do anything, so I'm going to type it up later.
That face-off one nearly caused some problems there as number 4, Julian Rudolph, another VA native, wasn't able to get a stick to it. Covered up by McDonald, and now the ref's trying to get a hold of everything. McDonald lost a stick in the process. I think the officials are saying, listen guys, minute 44, it's 5-2. Let's knock down the physicality level just a bit here as McDonald's getting trampled in his own crease. Officials talking things over. As I mentioned previously, one of these officials, I believe it was the lead one, was the ref during the ladies Vermont Academy game here earlier today, where the Vermont Academy ladies varsity squad was able to win no problem, an empty net, and instead it's sent down for an ice. So a 5-2 advantage for Vermont Academy. And with a minute 35, Coach Tyler Walsh decides to go empty net and put 6 skaters on the ice to see if they can do anything to pull one back and maybe make this only a 2-goal advantage. That one's sent on. McDonald able to handle it, covers it up, takes the whistle, $1:32 remaining.
Oh! Because you're going to be quick. My arm's up. 2 seconds.
Face off, taken by Rickett. Vermont Academy putting a little bit of pressure on as Gordon chased it down. A 6-on-5 advantage here with no goalie in. That one fired as he was falling. Rickett tried to send it in, lost his footing a little bit, and that one went wide. We're just over a minute. Still battling around, still physical. His body's hit the floor. All over the place here. North Yarmouth continues to contain possession. That one bounces up and over. Now off the skate of 97, Farrell. That one plunked down. Chasing it down, we've got an icing call. 45 seconds remaining in this one.
Do you have to do those quickly or you want to do them?
So we'll get a face-off down in the defensive end. And we're going to get a quick timeout here. Again, with 45 seconds remaining. And a 5-2 advantage on an absolute explosion of goals here. We're going to take a quick look at the game summary. So the early storyline was the physical play of the Panthers. They were rocking everybody they could find. And the Vermont Academy penalties killing them, particularly in the second period, as it went 2-1 advantage off a power play goal by North Yarmouth. Then everything changed. A 4-goal explosion in the third. So they had a goal from Heppensteel in the first 2 minutes of the game, and then 4 in the third period. As this one just about ready to wrap up. North Yarmouth not giving up just yet.
Hey, let me see the play.
Still an empty net. 27 seconds remaining, and there it is. Quirk with his second goal of the season, his second goal of the game on the empty netter. Senior Kevin Quirk puts that one away. And we'll take another look at that one. They don't get too much easier than this one. Quirk says, oh, that's an empty net. Thank you. Sends it down. And that's the end of that one as we go back to live action with 25 seconds remaining. As we wrap up this one here, it's a 6-2 advantage. Up and around the boards. Up and off his noggin. I think that was Ferreira battling over in the corner there. Played up and off his head. This one comes down and around as we're just about ready for the horn. And there it is. This one will wrap up with a 6-2 victory for Vermont Academy, one that looked very unlikely in the early stages, as the first goal was from Stephen Heppensteel, and then a 2-1 advantage after that, and then a flurry of goals. So as we look for our squad locker 3 stars of the game, we'll start with the goalie, number 29, Brandon McDonald, the senior for Santa Clarita, California. Early on in the game, it looked like he may be the second best goalie in this one, but as things unraveled, he stayed solid as Chikanowicz kind of fell apart there. The second star of the game, we're going to go with Kevin Quirk, who got his first goal of the season and then wrapped up a second goal with an empty netter at the end. And last but certainly not least, Robbie Ferreira, number 12, with the power play goal that tied it up and got everything going back in the right direction here. So we had goals from Ferreira, Rashowski, Condab, 2 from Quirk, and 1 from Heppensteel in a 6-2, what turned into a rout. It was a close game through the second period, and all of a sudden in the third, things absolutely exploded. So as we wrap up here from the Michael Choukas Ice Arena, a special thanks to Wooter Apparel, as well as Justin Coette and Stephanie Del Bono, all the staff from Memory to Video Productions, for all of their superb efforts in making this broadcast possible today. I'm Mike Muskelko. Once again, our final, the Wildcats down the Panthers 6-2. Thank you and good night, everyone.